Welcome to the Positive Pen Podcast, where your stories and soul work matters. Now let's dive in. Hello, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well. It's been a weird week, tough week in a lot of ways. In fact, that picture that I took on that podcast, I was there this weekend, so it was really nice to see that again and enjoy the sunset. Yeah, it's been tough. I hope you guys are all doing well. I know we all have our own struggles and challenges, and sometimes they're good and sometimes they're a little bit up there. But one of the things that I do want to mention to you, our guest is supposed to be Ashley Schmitt, and she's not here, so I don't know what has happened. I did send her a message, so if you're expecting her to come on right now, she's not here. In the meantime, I do have some things I do kind of want to give her a chance to get on, but there's a couple things I do want to talk about that we got going on. And if I can share my screen here so you guys can see, which one do I want to do? I think it's this one. Okay, so I'm going to share this screen here. So one of the things I kind of want to show you here is that if you look at the screen here, you get all the links here. And one of the things I want to show you is the featured Substack writers. And these are the people that I'm promoting for June. Maybe I should change that into June. We'll figure that out. But one of the things I want to do is kind of walk through it. And so you can see if you click on it, it's going to take you to June's. And so I'm going to start sharing this tab. You're going to start seeing library, and these are all the indie authors that are on Substack that I'm starting to gather and put them on there. So there's a depository or a library of where you can go get this information from. And then these are all the categories that I'm starting to put together. And then these are the featured stories. They're all a variety of stories. And I need to bring my mic into this. Sorry about that. So they're all variety of stories. There's poems, reflections, memoir, cooking, children's books here. This one here is this one's by Ella Abbott. This is a really and very beautiful story. I started to read some of the book and all that, and that was something I think it's a really cool book. I haven't finished it. I'm still reading through it. One of the things I want to do is it's about a mother healing from birth, and I don't want to get too much away from it because it kind of the story is a tough story, but it's also an understanding story. Happy and Sad and Fun Book is another good one. Stephen Thomas, End of the Day of the Flood. That's also a very spiritual book, but it's really cool. This one, Butterfly Whispers. This is by Simonia. So this one is actually, you buy it on a link and it takes you to buy a coffee, and then you can download it from there. And that's cool. This one, The Voice of Ford, Bob Dylan, by Martin McCarthy. This is also a really cool one. They're all good. I mean, every single one of them, you get to see them. You go through here, you click on them, and you get a little bit of a thing. And if you go buy their book, hopefully it doesn't jump up. Share this. You get to see a little bit of my synopsis of it, and it takes you to their book if you wanted to buy it. So there's that one, and so there you go. And then down here, I have Substack writers. These are writers that I've been interacting here and there, and I've kind of put them in their spots down below. And we're working on getting her next week, so I'm excited about that one. And then there's Uma There's Ella. These are a variety of writers. They're some of you guys don't know them, but you may know them here and there. But they're small accounts, large accounts. What I've decided to put their cool stories, and I've been adding them in here as well. So that just want to double check one more thing before. Let's see. Usually I am pretty organized, but today I am not. I'm wondering if this is working. Yep. Okay, so let's see if. Yep. Okay, it is working, so I'm good. I'm making sure that I'm on Substack. That's important. So, anyways, that's going on there. Another thing you probably want to get up in here and look. I'm going to share this tab now. Is you get to see. I don't know where did that one come from. There. Another thing you probably. Oh, I want to stop sharing this one. Sorry about that. But I want to start sharing this. Excuse the technology issues, but here we go. And yeah, so up here you're going to see a couple things. Ciao Bella is the project that we're working on, creating documentary and things like that. Remy's Journey is also live and well. I'm starting to work chapters on it, trying to catch ahead of it and kind of go through there. But Ciao Bella, we're going to start launching its project, the film project, all that, and we're going to do a Kickstart, and I'm going to launch it this week. We got it's been on a back burner here because we had some other things going on, but we talked it out this weekend, and we're going to launch it. And so if you click on here, it's going to take you to here, and the film project is going to go here. And if I can share that tab, there it is. It's going to be right here. A little video and the conversations that we're creating as we're going through this development. And just if you're not aware of it, Ciao Bella, what we're doing is there is a piece of history that has been forgotten. And part of that history, what's been happening is that during the occupation of Nazi Germany in the northern part of Italy, the South was liberated by the Allies, but the North, the Germans took hold of it. And when they took over it, the Italian, before they did that, the Italian government basically collapsed and ran away. And then there was the king came back, and then he put another president involved, and that didn't last very long, and that got tumbled. And then the Nazi Germans brought back Mussolini, and then while you did that, there was some other things that the Germans were doing, and one of the major things that they were doing is that they were sending Jews from northern Italy to the concentration camps, and then you can just imagine what happens from there. So that story is not talked about. It's actually hard to find information. So one of the things that we're looking at doing is we need to get information, do some research, and the research is costing us to do so. But the campaign, which is called Kickstart, what we plan on doing is we're trying to raise $25,000, which is really the foundation of us going to Italy, kind of like doing some documentary, talking to the villagers, the people in that area. Hopefully we can get some interviews and things like that. Part of it will be also I'm going to Vancouver this year, and I'm going to be doing a bunch of interviews from the Italian Cultural Center that Randy Ronaldo has allowed us to do, and hopefully we get that going. Still waiting on some confirmation on that. But as we doing all this, there's also, we got to pay for research. We have to do this. There's a lot of things going on other than, it's pretty easy to get information online, but most of the information online right now don't exist, and that's probably the challenge right now. So it doesn't exist, and that's yeah. So we're stuck with that. We're trying to figure that out. So with that said, I still looking for Ashley, and she's not arrived. So I apologize if you expecting Ashley to come on here, and I'm going to just basically spend a few more minutes, maybe another 10 or 15 minutes, talk about other things that is going to be happening. So Ciao Bella, so the Kickstart is going to start coming out here shortly. The idea is what we want to do is get stories going in well, how can I say this? We want to we're fundraising because we need to get the logistics down to hire people with some research capabilities, because in Italy researching is a nightmare. The government is full of bureaucracy and things like that, so we would have to pay for some documents and things like that, some records, funding, making sure all that kind of stuff exists. And then, we have to pay some videographers and things like that. Hopefully we can get them on the cheap side where we don't have to do that. And then once we get all that information, we're going to hire a narrator who's going to narrate the story and create a documentary out of it. And by then, that's what we're hoping to do. The other thing, then after that, we want to create the book and so forth, and that's and that's going to be part of that whole operation on that. We do have Ashley back in the house, so I'm going to introduce her before she gets here. The other thing is I want to touch base on is this Wednesday. What I'm going to do is the hospital stay. If you've been enjoying that story, and a lot of you have been commenting on that, and grabbing a lot of feedback. And what you don't realize when I do that, when I post snippets of a story, the intention is will it turn into a book, and that's what I'm trying to do in the next phase. Is that the hospital stay is coming to an end this Wednesday, so you'll see the final, not the final chapter, but the final. What do you call it? Well, I guess the chapter, but not the ending. So what it will go into editing, where I'll put more information in, or I'll expand the storyline and things like that. And then from there, I haven't really decided I'm going to publish this. Is it going to be just an ebook, or is it going to just be a tablet or whatever? That's what I plan on doing. And then, so that's that. After that, Remy's story will pick up again, and we'll get through that. Remy's journey, and then that's the other thing. Remy will turn into part 2. So if you liked his first book, that's come. So it'd be part 2 of the Remy's book and journey, and so far that's been a hot seller, and everybody has been loving it. So that's really good. And then that's basically I got the summer schedule coming out. I'm going to be basically away for the August part, so you're not going to see a lot of podcasts. I might just do some pop-ins here and there. My writing will still continue, but that's where the project, part of the reason for August being carved out is to focus on Ciao Bella and to get this documentary running, and to also get the book going and all that other fun stuff that you have to do to get a project like that off the ground and going. So that's what we're going to be doing the next couple of weeks here. And also there will be end of the month, there will be a writers summit, which will have a bunch of indie authors coming in to talk about the book funnel stuff that we're doing, their books, and a couple other things. So hopefully I caught everybody up, and hopefully Ashley is available now. I see her back in the back room. I'm going to bring her in, and without further ado, I'll bring her in. I'm going to stop sharing screens, and then I'm going to bring her in. Hello, Ashley. How you doing?
How are you, sir? I'm doing just fine. I want to make sure I have new equipment, so I want to make sure that I am in the middle of the screen.
Gotcha.
So
Well,
how are
welcome.
you?
Yeah, I'm doing well, thank you. And yourself?
I'm doing well. I'm doing
Good,
well.
good,
I just finished a review for
good.
Miss
Uh,
Majid. Zizi Majid.
okay, gotcha. Okay.
Yes. So I just finished that up. So I love it. The entire process. I just absolutely love it. And
Good.
what do you do? Yeah, I do.
Thank you. So, welcome to the show. I appreciate the time you're taking today. Uh, I know we've been back and forth. We've done a couple podcasts together, or we've done a podcast together, I think,
Mhm.
back in the fall. And one of the things I see you always doing is supporting other people, and that's always been great. But you do have the tribal dream stackers that you do. Do you want to explain a little bit about that and what's the story behind it?
Sure. Um, all writers' dreams are to own their own either books or publications or podcasts. Everyone had a newsletter, and I started off as Ashley's newsletter. That was just really not me. It was too bland oh, okay, everyone already knows who I am. Um, so I had to reevaluate, reassess over and over and over. It took me about 3 to 4 months to really sit down and just grind it down what is going on, because when I came onto Substack, I was pretty much by myself. I didn't know anyone because I came from medium.com and I was a reader there for almost 3 years until Mr. Bin Jin Yang, who had several publications over there, and said, well, I know you want to write, but I wish I could. I wish I might. It's not going to get it done. So, and I was terrified. I was so terrified. But as you can see, my profiles are all lined up back here where you can't see it. But I have the LinkedIn profiles
Right.
that is about 10 inches thick because I've been there for 8 years.
Yeah.
I'm 60 years old now. I just finished writing my memoirs. I am giving it to a publisher. She's very interested in it because the book that I wrote 33 years ago is still collecting dust because of the reasons of legalities. It is a manual for minor children, abused children. And there is a little, uh, a little friction. We can't meet in the middle. You have to have permission from the parent or the guardian to have these children read how they can
Right.
help themselves if they're abused. So that was, I had so many fires going on. I said, okay, well, that is not going to work. I'm putting it all away. And then I finally said, I didn't know how to set up my own publication. I had no idea what was going on. So I had to figure it out all on my own. So while I was doing that, I was taking notes, the steps, my plans, where I came from to the end. Well, I'm not at the end yet. Don't get me wrong. I'm not there yet. But the steps, I had a habit of going onto a roller coaster ride that no one wants to be on. It's either done by other individuals who are envy of you, or your writing. Not that I'm saying I'm a good writer. By far, I am not. I still have a lot to learn, but I have a lot of lessons lived already that I can pass on.
Right.
Because before you become a writer, you have to grow a really thick skin. There are a lot of, I just, there are a lot of, unfortunately, there are a lot of envy people out there. They want to be writing like you do.
Right.
Um, they're
So how does a writer learn to break down the barriers and build bridges? What's the
breaking down the barriers. That's the part.
yeah.
Breaking down the barriers is in between. I broke them down already because I was in friction with the larger, more successful podcasters and publications, just telling me, hey, you cannot bother them. They are busy, and you need to leave them alone and just, you know, read and research. I've already done that. Basically was telling me I could not approach them. And I said, well, how does a small writer or an individual um, succeed on Substack? And nobody would answer me because I couldn't approach anyone. I said, okay, I'm going to do it the hard way, but I will do it for the ones that will become successful on Substack, on this Substack constellation. It's no longer a spotlight and a studio. Now it's becoming a constellation of the smaller writers, the publications, the podcasters who are underneath the shadows. And who are the shadows? The successful podcasters and publications. And I want to bring
Right.
them out. They need to be seen, they need to be heard. Believe it or not, but I think I'm up to almost 2,000 articles that I have read, publications. Very,
Wow.
very gifted. Oh my goodness, gifted writers that need to be seen and heard. And I will be as bold and approach them and give them an open invitation to say, hey, I would like for you to be featured as a guest on my podcast. It's not for my benefit. I
Yeah.
already had my career, already had my successes. I don't want it anymore. I
Yeah.
want it for someone else to experience it. Everyone's writer ultimate goal and milestone is to be successful, to have a book, like a multitasker and multi-artist that I know, Mr. John Ronaldo over here, didn't to find out you have so many books out there. You know, that's everyone's dream. So when I came up with the name, the tribe, okay, we are a tribe. First, we're a community, a village, a tribe. Then we have substackers, and now we have the dream stackers. We're the dream stackers. We are bringing the hopes and dreams into reality, and
Right.
it's time. And that is being done with. You pointed out the indie writers, and I want to point that out also because I have read several stories and they are wonderful. I'm just I wasted, and I didn't waste time, but I can't believe that I didn't get there earlier. And they needed to be brought up, they need to be brought into, this is already a constellation they're a part of, but they need to be pointed out, hey, you're very good. in what you are doing, what you're writing. So I had a 31-day strut your stuff, which means show your best art. It's art, your writing, whatever your passion is, I would like to see it.
Right.
I have bought some gifts on May 31st for all of the ones that participated. And I said, if they participate for the whole 31 days, then they all will get a gift. But unfortunately, I have the gift still here.
Oh.
Valentin passed away on the 31st.
Mm-hmm.
That was a shocker, of course. I was trying to revive her. I was 2 minutes late. But anyways, happy note. This constellation needs to be, if we have to say it over and over again, we want to uplift you. If you want encouragement, empowerment, if you're feeling down, reach out. I'm not unreachable.
Right.
I went from responding to requests and comments and questions and concerns 24 hours. Now I do it within 1 hour.
Right.
And that is important to me because I do not want anyone to think that they cannot reach me. I see you. I do see you, and your voice matters.
So when you do these features and these things, how does that help? Like, I know you want to help them and be seen and all that, but in the response of them, what's their feedback? Are they like, obviously writers want to be seen or heard or read. I mean, that's obvious.
Yes.
But as you sound like you're a support person where you're just helping people along the way and promoting them and getting things going. So when you're doing that, what's the reciprocal response to that? Are they helping you, or is just more or less?
Oh no. Oh no, they are so open for it. I offer it to everyone that catches my eye. I literally put my time into it and read their article. I don't turn on that play button. I read it.
Right.
I read your article. Then I will approach them and I tell them, look, I will send you an invitation card and it will give you a questionnaire of it's specifically tailored and structured just for that writer, publication, or podcaster, that they can review. They can send it back to me with any input they would like, because this is their feature. This is for them. This is not for me. So then we go through it, and like with Miss Zizi Margie, I kept going back and forth. Please give me some input. My questionnaires are like 5 pages long, but she is so kind and so caring. She never had any changes, and it went wonderful.
Right.
And so when I sent that questionnaire out, everyone has their time. I do not push them. I'm not going to push them because of the fact that I will encourage them. The sooner you come on to as a guest feature, the sooner we can start forming of what your passion is. You already have a writer's heart. If you haven't found it yet.
You think that's the hard part, is identifying a writer's passion?
No, because they already have it.
Right.
But they have to have the heart first, When I used to write grant proposals, I would not send them out unless it had a heartbeat, meaning it had to speak to the foundation.
Right.
I already knew all the foundations, so I knew what they wanted, what they looked for, and they had, because of the scamming artists that were still trying to get into the maze of destruction, that change every year. Only a true grant writer knows exactly. Hey, yes, that's a maze, definitely. And you will hit the first wall you walk in, you're going to scream and walk out.
Right.
With a writer, the process, a reader is already a writer. They want to be a writer, okay? Because I know how I felt. But I did not have the courage to say, hey, whose door do I knock down and ask to just try it out? And I never did. I never did. But I've been writing since I was 7 years old. I have boxes and boxes of journals.
So what do you like to write?
I am more of a nonfiction writer. I'm not funny, so I cannot be a comedian, obviously. I am not a fiction writer. I can try. If I try really hard, then it might take me a lot longer. But I am more of a true life, true story, a life lived well. And I have 60 years of that.
Yeah. So your nonfiction, is it more or less like personal experiences? Like what's more of like your writing style, I guess is what I'm looking for.
Okay. It's my knowledge. I have the legal background, the knowledge and the expertise of it. Tons of it. I don't no, I don't want to be part of that. So, but the writing came in there.
Yeah.
I had to write the arguments. I had to write the briefs. That was more of a very, very structured and very detailed writing. So all my life, there was the writing part there. It was there. But did I ever live the dream of wanting to write when, how, and for whom? No. But I'm doing it now.
Right.
Because I know how so many writers out there are not being seen. And that is, and I want to bring them up. I want to bring them up under the shadows. I want to just, hey, look at this writer. That's the reason why at the end, sometimes I change on the restacks. I make it a point to put a note on it that says, I'm knocking on your door. Please stop for a minute. Stop scrolling in the void because you will not find a better article. This article right here, please take time and read it. You will be amazed. And then to getting to know the writer behind that article was, for me, it was just amazing. That was a journey all in itself. I have a bigger family and friends now than I did when I was 2 years old. And that's a gift. That's a blessing to me. That's a true blessing.
So when you saying you're supporting writers and writers need to find their voice, I guess you're saying they need to find their voice, and sometimes you got to write to find your voice. You just don't, you write to the sake of writing. I guess you write to practice, you write to whatever. And then all of a sudden things start to click in a way that is not always defined at
Mhm.
first, and then as you get through, and like some people like to write poetry, some people like to write fictional stories, some people like to write news articles, some people like to write personal experiences or just life in general,
Yeah.
or they just like to do certain basic things.
Mhm.
But what I've also noticed through my own writing, you can't do it all. It's you got to just pick a lane and stay within that lane, and because that's where you have to attract the right people to your readings. If you're just writing for the sake of writing,
Mm-mm.
that doesn't work. You
Mm-mm.
have to find your voice.
Mhm.
So what would you say to a writer to like to help encourage and promote them and all that? Do you like are you more like when you knock on authors when you knock on their door,
Or pop into their podcast.
pop in their podcast, like are you kind of like like what are you like are you just trying to promote them? Is that the objective really?
No, I want to tell them, hey,
Okay.
don't you know you have that gift? Has no one ever told you that how well you writing style and your this is an art. It's a passion. You have
Right.
to feed that passion. It does not grow all on its own. Okay, you have to feed it. That you already have it. You're already in that constellation. We are a community that will support each other. So no matter what, where, when, or how, or what time it is, you can always come, and I'm setting up a course now. It's not a all fit fall tailored, all fall course. Okay, it's not. I've had writers say, I can't really write well. I said, okay, number one, um, I was taught by the best when I was in the legal field.
Mhm.
I had a thesaurus that was about, oh my God, we don't even want to go there. Rip out every single negative word you could find and throw it in the trash and give me back my book. So when I hear a writer say a negative word about themselves, I will stop them right then and there. Will they hate me later? Yes. Go ahead and hate me. Hate me now. Okay. But I don't want to hear any negativity from you because that's not who you are. Someone gave that to you. That was someone else's sentence. That wasn't
Right.
yours.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you're speaking of um, bilingual, I'm bilingual. I speak perfect German and English. When I arrived here, I could not speak one word of English. So yes, my path of learning the language first, then having an ex-husband who tried to keep you away or block you from becoming someone
Right.
that I'm always the opposite. My father always said, "Watch what my little princess does." I tell her one thing and she does the opposite. It's funny, believe me. She says, "Okay, little princess, look, can you like go over there and get me, I don't know, a box or something?" And I turn around and like, "Well, what's wrong with your legs? You can't get up and get it yourself." "Oh, I'm busy. I'm out." And of course, and that is the persistence that I want to be that rock. You have to build a foundation first. That
Right.
foundation has to be concrete. If it has a crack, one of these risers are going to fall through, and that is going to be on me. And I'm not going to allow that. I'm not going to allow that. So I want them to know that, hey, if you are serious about wanting to do this full time, you can. You are going to. We offer mentorship. I'm mentored.
So let's talk about your program. You plan on doing a program for writers and all that. And
Yes.
what is that plan? When do you plan on launching that?
I'm going to try to launch, not try to launch it. I am going to launch it.
Yeah, but when's the date of launching it?
End of June.
Okay. Is there a cost to it, or what are we like?
No. For the first 30 days, I'm not going to charge anything.
Wow,
I'm not going to charge anything.
And in there, what do they get? Like, are they getting some tools or?
Yes, they are going to get some tools. I've already put together. Like I said, each course is going to be tailored specifically for that one writer.
Wow.
We're not going to go on a Zoom with 25, 30 writers and everything fits to everything.
Right.
No, we're not going to do that. I don't want to do that. Because that one specific writer needs something more than the next.
What's mostly the common goal? What's the common thing that a writer needs, you think?
First of all, a niche. That writer needs a niche. When I first heard that, I was like, a niche. Okay. Genre, niche. Okay. No, I don't need a niche. Okay. I don't want one. Everything that I was told was like hitting a brick wall every single time. And I was like asking myself, what is going on? Let's redo this whole thing all over again. Because of this blockages and the walls that I hit, I broke them all down. They're no longer there. Now I'm building that new bridge that you can walk right in, ask whatever you need to ask.
So you're going to give people one-on-one.
Yes.
And how many spots do you have to fill? How many people you're expecting to take on this?
Well, I'm close to 4,000 followers already. So,
wow.
Yes, let me tell you, I don't ever outsource anything because I am a hands-on type of writer.
Right.
Of course, you taught me a lot.
Oh, thank you.
You have. Because I had a bad habit of self-critiquing myself. Oh my God. Should I or should I not hit that publish button? No. And then I got to a point, they're either going to hate me or love me. But I'm going to hit that button. You have to take that chance. Yes, I'm going to be one-on-one with that writer. Because if it's fit for all, what purpose am I serving? Right. I'm trying to teach them what I've already experienced. And I've been here, not 1 year. It's going to be almost 3 years now.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And you have to fill out each author or someone that you look up to. Like I look up to you and the work that you do. Our connections has to be authentic.
So is it important to follow other writers that are very similar to you and that you get a sense of how to write that, or is it more or less just learning how to bring stories alive?
I actually read their entire articles, the entire
Right.
website.
No,
So
what I meant was like, is it important for a writer to read other writers,
yes,
and also is it important for them to like learn how, because is it important just to have writers as mentors more or less, or is it more important to have writers just learning other different styles to find your style?
you have to, yes, you have to read other writers to find your style. Okay. You will know when you hit it.
Right.
You will know when you hit that spot. My goal when I first came onto this platform was completely different than what it is now.
So
Because
explain to me what's the difference.
my very first newsletter, I went to a coffee shop, a local coffee shop, and took my laptop and I just, wrote stories. And one time I had a writer's block, and a veteran came up to me and she's like, "Are you writing? I have a lot of stories for you." And that's how it all started. I'm going to post that very first Ashes newsletter. It's an e-newsletter. It is silly looking. It is silly looking, but you have to start somewhere.
Right.
Okay. But you will know. You have to listen to other writers. You have to read their work. You have to pop into podcasts. Listen to what they are saying. If something resonates with you, start making your list. What you liked about that podcast, what you liked about the subject.
Yeah.
Do you have a niche now? Do you know how what you want to write? Are you a fictional writer, nonfiction writer, a poet, a comedian, a novelist? I could not ever. It took me the longest time to bring it right down to the very bottom, which means, hey, what happens to the newcomers? What happens to them that just what are they doing? Are
Right.
they just watching and writing notes, or what are they doing? I know what I did.
Yeah.
I did absolutely nothing until someone came up to me and said, "Hey, Ashley, you popping in and out of here. How about you commit yourself to Substack?" And I'm like, "What?" Um, uh, uh, and I did. That day I did. 20 hours a day, 7 days a week for a year
Cool.
and a half, and I'm still doing it. And
Right on.
I'm loving it. I don't even call it work. I don't call it work. I'm living my dream, and I want those writers who are listening right now, I want them to have the same thing. It is not hopeless. Okay. Don't let anyone tell you that. Because if you're committed and you really do want to just write and imagine yourself sitting in your favorite spot, for me, it's my office, and it has, instead of my degrees on the walls, it has nothing but affirmations on my walls. And go to that favorite spot, get comfortable,
Right.
and start writing. I designed a doodle, a daily emotional doodle note. It's like a, it's like a, I don't know if you can see that or not. This is like a journal. Okay. I know it's silly. I know it is silly, but this was meant to be for Bonnie. These journals are for Bonnie. But I came up with that some people can do the doodles, which is the art. You know, when you get on the phone and you take a pen and you just, just for the time's sake, just doodling along.
Right.
But then, on the other hand, I'm making you finish the other page, what you just doodled about. Describe it.
Yeah.
You just doodled about. What does that mean to you? I have a journal from 30 years ago that had nothing but holes in them, which meant somebody was very angry. And that is all I did. I
Right.
just kept stabbing that journal.
Oh,
But then
boy.
at the end, it said, oh my goodness. Yeah, you were angry.
So your class is coming out end of June,
Mhm.
and you're accepting people now into your course.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
And how do they go and find your course? Is it on your Substack?
I am setting it all up right now. It's
Oh,
already in the works right now. Yes.
gotcha. Okay. So
Um,
what? So other than the project, where are you close to your books? Are you anywhere close to your books of being published, or
oh
what's the?
my God. Now my memoir, I already gave it to a publisher. Okay. When it comes to my children's manual, it's 33 years old. It has to be published. But like I said, it's for the children only.
Right.
Because I'm not saying don't trust your parent or don't trust your guardian, but some children just don't know what anger looks like or what certain situations look like. I went through it since I was 2 years old.
Right.
So I am just explaining it in their language. Now, when I had one situation which was really sad, there was an individual, very larger man, with a little 5-year-old girl, and they were in a restaurant. He was eating, but she was not. She just had her head down like this. Miss Curiosity over here just cannot be quiet. I just don't. I just can't be quiet. That's the reason why I don't have any friends, because they all leave me because they say you're too dangerous, because of the fact that you react to something first. You want to go fix this first. You are willing to deal with your consequence later,
Right.
which is correct. Yes, I am. I've always been that way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm overprotective, and that goes for my writers too. If I know, I will know ahead of time if they are discouraged or if they are going in a different direction. Communication is everything.
Right.
So if I ask you a question, I already know the answer to it. So
So what's next? What's next for Ashley?
what's next for Ashley is to bring there are so many gifted writers out there. I want to see all of them be united within this community. because we all support each other. Because without us, our community, our members, uh, we have to stay positive. We have to stay positive. There's too much of negative narratives out there already. I am not going to add to it.
Right.
This is supposed to be a pleasant experience. This is your writing journey.
Right.
And just imagine later on, I will at the end, when that writer says, okay, well, I am exactly what I want to be.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are you willing to pass on? Are you going to write a memoir about your life, passing on what you have? A good life, not so good life, just combined down to your grandchildren? Are you willing to do that? Are you ready for that? Because you can't take it with you. I'm not going, all the knowledge and expertise that I have gathered all these years, I'm not going to take them with me. I will pass them on. I have to.
Right.
That's just my heart. My son's heart wanted that.
Well, I appreciate you coming on. Thank you very much. You do a lot of work. It sounds like there's a lot of things out there that people can start going to your page and hopefully start connecting with you.
Yes.
Especially this launch of this program, helping supporting authors. That's awesome.
Yes. And please, I'm not unreachable.
Yeah.
I'm not unreachable.
No.
I will check my DMs. I really do.
Yeah.
Okay, so please don't think that just because we're doing this,
right,
I'm not unreachable. That
Right.
is the whole concept of it, and you are part of it.
Well, thank you. And I want to thank everybody coming out there. Jenny Len, she's said that she's your favorite guest. She's amazing and very interesting. She makes me smile.
Thank you.
Juliana, there's Lynn, there's Deanna, there's a whole bunch of people that were out there. Thank you for everyone watching. We'll catch you next week. And I guess we're going to have next week, hopefully Megan will be on. I'm working through that still. And I think we're going to start an hour early because of time differences with Michelle, with Megan. So in the meantime, thank you very much for coming on. I hope you've shared some wealthful information. So I appreciate it. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having me on. And I appreciate you so much. And please never stop doing what you're doing. You're fantastic at it. You are helping also a lot of people.
Well, I appreciate it. And I appreciate all of you. Thank you.